There are a number of new realities that are shaping the workplace, and one of them being, of course, the fact that we're getting more millennials, and they have technology in their DNA. They thrive on collaboration and innovation, and so this is really something that we need to embrace. And we know that they're just as happy working outside of the office as they are working in the office. Another thing that's shaping the workplace right now is that knowledge workers actually only spend about 40% of their time doing desk work, which means that if they have assigned workstations, those chairs are going to be empty up to 60% of the time. There are also a lot more people teleworking. I mean, actually, there were probably only about between 2 to 3% of people that work from home all of the time. But many of us now work from home some of the time, and in fact, the 85% of Fortune 100 best companies to work for allow their employees to work from home 1 or 2 days a week. So again, we have a situation where if they have assigned workstations, those chairs are going to be empty 20 to 40% of the time. And on top of that, in the next 4 or 5 years, 40% of the workforce are going to be contract workers. So it's going to be extremely difficult to predict from 1 month to the next, or from 1 year to the next, what the head count will be. So consequently, a lot of organizations are really rethinking the workplace and thinking of how they can improve productivity in terms of real estate, that is. There's actually 2 ways you can think of productivity in the workplace in terms of real estate. One of them is those empty chairs. You want to really maximize your use of every square foot. But the other has to do with making sure that when people are in the office, they're as healthy and comfortable and productive as possible, that they're really giving out their maximum work output. And a really interesting study was done by Towers & Watson of 32,000 employees worldwide, and they found that over half of them admitted that they were not working to their fullest potential. And when they were asked why is that, they actually gave 2 reasons. One of them had to do with the workplace culture. They didn't like their job, basically, or they didn't like their boss, or the team dynamics, or the values of the workplace. But the other very important thing had to do with the actual physical work environment, that they weren't happy there were certain conditions in the workplace that were unsatisfactory. The question is, can you address these issues by going green? Things that they like about green buildings are the daylight, and they like the open plan and the cool look and feel of a green open office. But they love the views. But 3 things they don't like is they don't like being too hot and too cold, or too cold, and they don't like the lack of privacy, and they don't like the noise. And noise is a huge problem. So if you're going to have if you're going to have an office that's green, you also have to make sure that it's productive. So one approach is to make sure that we're very clear in our definitions. So if we define green as the things that really just impact on the planet, emissions that contribute to climate change, or land use, or water consumption, or waste reduction, if you say these are the green things, and now let's look at what contributes to productivity, you'll find that there is some overlap. But there are things that contribute to productivity that have nothing to do with being green. Providing a juicer or coffee machine on every floor is not green. Acoustics is not, strictly speaking, has nothing to do with sustainability. So the idea is to get a balance between an office that's energy efficient and sustainable, environmentally sustainable, and one that provides a working environment where employees can do their best job, contribute to the goals of the organization and the bottom line.